Reject modernity, embrace masculinity, to use it to control fear. Welcome to Male Wisdom. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the power of masculinity. Many people think masculinity is bad, but I'm here to show you that it can be used for good. Specifically, I want to talk about how masculinity can be used to control fear and live a more successful life. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. They are arch rivals. They cannot exist in the same vessel at the same time. What do I mean when I say one will take precedence over the other? Fear or masculinity predominate, so why not use bravery or courage instead? You inquire. I'm referring to masculinity as male energy, not virility as a man. You have a male side, whether born a guy or a woman. We approach the concept of being a balanced human being as someone conscious of their masculine and feminine energies and lives in peace with both. Masculine energy is the side of your existence that is in charge of taking action. We must first decide before we can act. To make a decision, we must have faith in our decision-making process and our ability to follow through on our decision. We tend to be hesitant to make decisions when we lack confidence. In addition, we put it off if we don't want to follow through on a particular decision. If we do not make decisions promptly, we will not act, and life will continue to stagnate without activity. A lack of masculine energy may be causing areas of your life to feel sluggish, uninspired, and stagnant. Developing a healthy male side entails gaining the confidence to determine your best options and act on them quickly. This situation doesn't make it achievable unless you connect with your feminine side. You build confidence in two ways, by trusting your feelings and via acting experiences. Positive masculinity entails a great affection for one's sentiments. It's fascinating to uncover the relationship between your thinking and feeling processes when you first start meditating. When there is no love between the heart and the mind tends to disregard and dismiss feelings. In the worst-case scenario, you will ignore the explanations. We'll get into more detail on negative masculinity later. Consider the significance of recognizing your feelings for the time being. According to Kabbalion, masculine energy takes the initiative and wields the power of the universe. There is a male and feminine side to everything in the cosmos. Even in our brain, the conscious mind is considered the masculine mind since it guides and makes decisions, whereas the subconscious mind is regarded as the feminine. It will give birth to everything the masculine mind commands it to do. Therefore, feminine energy always carries out the masculine mind's orders. As a result, masculinity is the driving force in the world and the most significant impediment to taking action or making frightening decisions. Feelings are important because they provide feedback to your soul on how you are experiencing things in your life. Emotions convey what is essential to you. When you are in tune with what matters to you, you may act with great confidence. Unless you are deeply connected to God, the intellect will lack confidence if it is simply attempting to do the right thing. We all want it, but strangely, you won't be able to attain it if you don't know what you're experiencing. The positive masculinity in you adores your emotions in the same way that a guy loves a woman. As corny as it may sound, it is true. Men are drawn to women because their presence creates a link to their feelings. We must create this experience within ourselves rather than relying on another individual. To clarify, the core of masculine energy is action. Thus we strive to calibrate the mind as a tool for reviewing our feelings, making decisions, and acting rationally. Maintain simplicity. You can see the goal and the tools. Practice now. Relaxation is another aspect of positive masculine energy and follows confidence. They are appealing attributes. Because they foster tranquility and productivity. We feel better when tasks are completed on time. In this sense, the feminine part of you admires a robust masculine side. You understand how it feels to be terrified of something, whether it's thunderstorms, a trip to the dentist, a stranger at your door, or losing someone close to you. Fear is a natural response that alerts our bodies to be cautious. Anxiety is a form of fear that is more concerned with worry and the future than with fearing something in the present. Fear and worry become an issue in our lives when they become a trend. Do you ignore a clogged drain in the kitchen sink if it is a problem? Not. You either contact a plumber or attempt to repair it yourself. If your fearfulness is causing physical and mental instability, and you find yourself avoiding situations that can generate more significant anxiety, don't dismiss it. Don't try to ignore it when anxiety becomes a crippling condition that causes you to cringe and feel ill. Fear is that annoying little voice in your head that will always sabotage anything your manly mind attempts to do. Fear is a human emotion elicited by a perceived threat. It is an essential survival system that tells our bodies whether to fight or flee in the face of danger. As such, it is a critical component of keeping us secure. People who live in continual fear of physical risks in their environment or perceived threats can suffer harmful consequences in all aspects of their lives and even become paralyzed. Fear is not a feminine mind's concern. The masculine mentality bears the entire weight. This is why this video portrays it as the archenemy of masculinity. The point is straightforward. You will never be decisive if you cannot see fear for what it is, a conclusion of your untrained mind based on half-facts or erroneous information. You will always undercut your masculinity, and your femininity may exert inappropriate dominance. That is, your life will run on autopilot, producing adverse or unexpected events seeded in your feminine mind owing to a lack of masculinity or other more vital masculine reasons. The stronger the male sense, the more power it has over others. Leaders do things like this. A fake emotion is a future occurrence that has not yet transpired. The 3 steps listed below may be your ticket to overcoming fear and anxiety problems in your life. This is the most challenging phase, but it is also the most important. You can't overcome a phobia that's buried deep within your mind. It would help if you confronted it. When you turn your face toward someone, you see them and learn how they look and behave. When you turn toward your fear, rather than away from it, you realize aspects of it that you were unaware of. This awareness will assist you in overcoming it. Try keeping a journal for 2 or 3 weeks to help you face your worries and anxiety. Make a note of any patterns you notice. Writing down your fear patterns and symptoms can assist in clarifying them. They are no longer as significant and insurmountable. Most importantly, learning about your fear teaches you how to deal with it. Step 2. Positively use your imagination. The ability to imagine is a great thing. It gives you authority, originality, and the ability to think outside the box. Unfortunately, active imagination can be damaging when it leads to evil thoughts. Your mind can exaggerate your anxieties, making your situation appear much worse. Instead of allowing your mind to lead you down dark alleys of terror, use it to your advantage. How do you go about doing that? First, choose a peaceful moment when you are relaxed and not worried. Close your eyes and envision yourself in a frightening circumstance. The tranquility you had in your imagined scenario can help you cope with your actual ordeal more peacefully. Your body is tense in anticipation of something that may or may not occur. It skews your judgment and severs your manhood from the waist up. Consider fear. Do not be afraid of it, instead, see it for what it is. It's a forgery. It is devoid of any natural substance. It's a shadow attempting to appear legitimate. Step 3 is to practice mindfulness. You've probably heard of mindfulness, but what exactly is it? Mindfulness is passive thinking that helps you become more conscious of your fear. As you taught in Step 1, awareness aids in the reduction of fear and anxiety. Use these mindfulness techniques during less severe bouts of dread and anxiety. When you recognize your terror symptoms, take a moment to reflect on what is occurring to you. This is similar to keeping a mental journal. Keep an eye out for indications when they appear. You can do nothing about it. Sit and keep track of yourself as the moment unfolds. Being passive increases self-awareness and keeps you from doing the everyday things you do when you are afraid. Analyze your previous experiences where you felt intense terror and count how many times that fear came true. Not to add, we are influential creators. We may make dread real by giving it our full attention. So, if the fear came true, your undivided focus gave birth to the mere shadow, but don't judge yourself, see it for what it is. It's a con artist dressed as a cop. The more you recognize it for what it is, the less it has power over you. Confront your worries. It does not require you to jump in front of a lion, instead, it requires you to do it in your head by seeing through the facade and perceiving the troublesome mouse behind the costume. The genuine threat is far different from the psychological fear that plagues us in this day and age. A real fear that inspires you to act is a war or a lion in your face. Even in that case, you can overcome fear, see it for what it is, and make better decisions. I avoided the words bravery and courage since they indicate the presence of fear and the attempt to overcome it. Because fear is an imposter, this video shows nothing to overcome. It's over the moment you perceive it for what it is. Consider things from a masculinity perspective. Think of it as pointless and unimportant. Give it no power. Recognize that you are its master and that it cannot survive, let alone prosper, without you. Most individuals are unknowingly ruled by fear, they are unaware of it. Their other answer brings it to light and accomplishes half of the task, and once you recognize it for what it is, you may even laugh at it. Its claims are ludicrous, and you will realize how it has been governing you at that point, but its reign is finished, and you rise to your proper place as the monarch of your life. It is not a matter of getting fearless. It is all about mastering it. People often ask me how I have so much energy, and I will spill the beans. In my latest video, I talked about turning up your power so you can be more successful in all areas of your life. Especially in attracting women. Make sure to check it out, you'll be in her mind in no time.